Hey y'all, Truckin Lady here. Episode 6. A trucking life is a lifestyle.
Lady in the street, diva in the seat. She's a truckin' lady, truckin' lady.
I want to put the disclaimer out there. I apologize for the last episode that I just recorded. I had a little bit of a glare. Didn't realize it, but hey, sorry. You still can see me. I still look pretty, and I'm still a trucking lady. So that's all that matters. But as promised, this is like I'm recording the next episode like right after that one. So, as promised, I did want to get into real quick the lifestyle that I had to learn. So I talked about my backing. That was something. So the lifestyle, I could talk about this for days, hours, years. Trucking is a lifestyle, people. If you're coming into this career field, it's a lifestyle, especially if you're doing over the road. It's a lifestyle. First thing I had to learn is how to sleep in a truck. Couple of things that you don't have in a truck. A toilet. When you're in training, you don't have much privacy. You have to be able to sleep with sounds. Outside sounds, trucks, cars, people talking. We pull refrigerated units, so the reefer's running. The APU is running, which you probably hear right now because it's cold, so I have my heater running. You have to be able to sleep with those things. You have to also have a not set sleeping schedule. You have to be flexible in pretty much everything in this career. Your time, when you shower, when you go to the bathroom, when you have time off, when you have downtime to do your laundry, to eat, to sleep. It's just a lot. Stuff that people take for granted every day. It's some things that you really have to consider out here in this trucking industry. Misconception. The biggest misconception, and I know I've mentioned this before, it's not just driving. There's trip planning that has to go into it. There's weather. There's traffic. There's construction. There's detours. There's delays. There's malfunctions and mechanical issues. All that requires you to be able to change quickly, meaning your plans. There's been times where I'm like, oh, I'm going to shut down at this truck stop. Well, there was an accident, so the highway's closed down, and the truck stop that I need is past the accident. Well, I guess I'm shutting down 3 hours earlier than expected. I don't have enough hours to get down there. We physically run on a clock. Physically run on a clock. Y'all talk about y'all have to punch a clock. We literally have no choice. Like, that's the law. Federal law. You can go to work and forget to punch in. Oh, tell your supervisor to fix it. This truck can't move without it automatically going into the mode of driving once you hit 5 miles an hour. Once I start my clock, I have 11 hours to drive. I have a 14-hour legal work day. I have to take a 10-hour legal break. That's 24 hours. My day's pretty much already planned for me. The lifestyle is very sedentary. It's very unpredictable. It's challenging. Sleep schedule is very off. And you have to be able to adapt to these things if you're going to consider this as an actual career field. Those are all things that I learned in my first 2 weeks on that truck. I had to ask myself, is this something that I wanted to do? Like I mentioned before, I like challenging myself. I like doing new things. I'm sitting here reflecting right now where I am now versus where I came from when I first got in this career field. The crazy part is, now that I look back at it, I can do this stuff in my sleep. But as a new person, especially the ones that just do pad training, don't get a chance to have the experience being on a truck, sleeping on a truck, eating on a truck, waking up on a truck, going to sleep. Their life is on the truck. They have it worse because once they get their license, they go into the trainer-trainee phase where they're technically a team truck. They have to learn how to sleep when the truck's moving. Oh, that's a beast in itself. Most people are used to taking a nap in a car, taking a nap in a plane, taking a nap. I'm talking about on a truck and it's continuously moving. One person's driving, the other person is in the back taking their break, getting sleep. You got movements, bounciness, coming to stops, turns, honking, horns, whatever, road noise. Then a lot of people don't factor in, as well, I'm a female, going to the restroom. Well, anytime that truck stops, I'm getting up and I'm going to wake up out my sleep, put on all my clothes to go to the restroom. Then I'm going to come back because I sleep in pajamas. When I say put on all my clothes, my socks, my shoes, if I need a jacket. Trying to get back to sleep after you've come in from the cold, trying to get back comfortable again, that's a whole nother adjustment. It's a whole nother monster. Imagine even me being solo. I can sleep 4 to 6 hours without having to get up to go to the restroom. When I get up to go to the restroom, I have to get dressed. I have to walk. It's not just, you know, you get out of bed, you go pee, you go to the bathroom. I don't want to say pee, but you go to the bathroom, you come back in to your bed, and you go to sleep. Out here, you have to prepare yourself to go to the bathroom. So you got to give yourself enough time. So you have to think about it. If you have to pee really bad, how hard it is to hold your pee and walk, put all your stuff on, get in and out of the truck, you know, whatever you need to do. So you have to plan your bathroom breaks. As soon as you feel the inkling that you have to go to the bathroom, especially as a woman, this is for my female drivers out there, go. There's also some health things that you can do to help make yourself be able to hold your bladder a little longer. Cranberry. I have Azo. You can get that at Walmart or CVS, Walgreens, any grocery store for the most part. And I drink a lot of cranberry juice. That helps. I drink that right before I go to sleep. I drink it when I first wake up. I drink it during my shift. I drink like 2 bottles of, I have the little juice bottles. You're on with A Truckin Lady here, and that means you're listening to me through YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Music, wherever you get your podcast from. In my podcast, I've shared so far my experiences as a trucker coming into this industry, and I have so much more to share. But if I've inspired you to take that leap to become a truck driver yourself, I want you to join me here at Prime. Here, you will get your training, your experience, knowledge, and expertise from some of the greatest drivers out there on the road, not to mention the safest. If you don't believe me, you can look up primeinc.com. Contact a recruiter at 1-877-491-1108. Give them my driver referral code, ALLS IA. We hope to see you rolling next to us on the road.
Truckin' Lady.
I drink a lot of water too. I also have to time my bathroom breaks when I'm actually driving, because it's not like in a car where you can just pull over. I'm pretty sure I've said this before. I have to actually be able to stop at a truck stop, rest area, somewhere that can accommodate a large vehicle, provided it's not closed. The other thing that you have to be able to do is shower on a not so regular schedule. Now, I try as a female, especially as a solo driver. One of the things I try to do is I try to shower on my 30-minute break, because I can take quick showers. I can take about 30 to 45-minute showers, unless I'm washing my hair. Then that takes a little longer, takes about an hour. But I factor that into my day. If I'm doing just a day of driving, I usually do that on the day I'm just driving. Or if I have a day where I have not that much driving and I can get closer to my ending point or closer to my delivery and I have a lot of time, then I can do it then. But I try not to shower where I'm going to shut down. I just don't want anyone to follow me. It's just a safety precaution. As women, as truck drivers, period, but mostly women, we have to be safer out here. There's not a lot of things that we legally can have on our truck because we're under federal regulations, meaning weapons, guns, certain types of knives, certain type of defensive weapons like brass knuckles. Certain things are not legal in states. They have certain things that you can use, like a flashlight that's a taser. There's a lot of weapons that you can use that we use on our trucks already. Tire thumpers, scissors, mallets, bolt cutters, stuff like that. But when it comes to taking a shower, I like to shower most times during the day. Like I said, on my 30-minute, because I snack as I go, so I really don't have to eat on my 30-minute. And if it's that feminine time of the month, then of course I have to, factor that in too. But the most important thing I will say is, once I'm done showering, I get back on the road and I drive for 3 or 4 more hours before I shut down. I always try to make sure I park in a safe location, closest to the door, if at a truck stop, if I can. If I can't, well-lit area. Try not to walk in between trucks. I try not to leave my truck after dark. If I have to go to the restroom, I have means for that. For emergencies, I try not to leave my truck after dark. First thing in the morning, usually I like to get up at 2 or 3 in the morning. I usually like to shut down around 3 or 4. Get up about 2 or 3 in the morning and drive. I will move my truck to the fuel aisle to use the restroom. My schedule's never the same though, so that doesn't always work. I try to eat 2 meals a day. It's hard to do 3, but I try to eat 2 big meals and I snack throughout the day, whether it's some crackers and chicken salad or some vegetables, like I'll do some cucumbers with some cherry tomatoes and have it in a Ziploc bag with some Italian dressing. Yes, I have chips. I have fruit snacks. I have applesauce. I have my smoothies. I have, I usually, what I do is I say not 3 major meals. I usually have something for breakfast, have something for lunch, have something very light for dinner. It's usually after dinner I'm ready to go to bed. So I don't like to go to sleep with too much of a heavy stomach. But that doesn't always work out, because usually I might not always be hungry by lunchtime. So I might drive through lunch and just have snacks. So my eating schedule is not the same. And because I'm not sleeping at the same time every day, neither is my digestion. It's not the same. Sleeping in a truck. I'm not sure if I touched on this yet or not. I know I did touch on it. I'm not sure I elaborated or not. But sleeping is another thing, because not only do you get interrupted because you have to go to the bathroom. I've been hit a couple times while I was parked. Most of them have been while I was asleep. And actually, within the last few months, actually more than a few months, it happened right before Christmas. When my husband was on the truck and we got hit, we were asleep. We were in a dock. It scared the mess out of him. I already knew what happened, so it didn't really bother me. But that was a moment of when I first got hit. It was a moment of like, okay, I'm not ready to get out this truck, but I had to hurry up because the driver tried to drive off, and at the time I didn't have a dash cam. This is another thing you might want to do is invest in a dash cam. I didn't have my dash cam, and the guy tried to leave out of the rest area. He forgot he had a trailer, and it just literally sideswiped me. So I didn't have a dash camera yet. If I did, I don't remember where the footage is, but the point is that he almost hit me. Well, he did hit me. He almost tried to get away is what I was trying to say. I had to jump out. I had clothes on because like I said, I sleep in pajamas. I didn't have a chance to put my shoes on. So I had to jump out. I was barefoot. I ran down that street barefoot. 3 o'clock in the morning. Because I was in the process of getting myself ready for the day. And yeah, so that's another thing a lot of people don't think about. Having an accident in the middle of the night while you sleep or getting ready to go to work. Doing laundry. I try to make sure that I have enough clothes to last me about 3 weeks. It's hard sometimes, but I try. I try to do laundry when I have time, meaning I'm shut down for the day and I have time. I don't have time to do it on my 30-minute usually or an hour. So I try to, I do that. I will do when I'm shutting down, because I don't do it often. I don't have to do laundry that often. I do laundry like maybe every 2 weeks. That's something else people don't have to think about. We have to use the laundry rooms and the truck stops. One thing I want to go back and talk on about a little bit is about the showers. I shower at places that are very reputable and they're for the most part clean. Primarily TAs and Petros and Loves. Some Flying J's pilots, they're getting better, but some not so much. A lot of these truck stops though, the ones that I mentioned, they do try to give you some of the comforts of home. The showers are actually pretty decent. They're not terrible. Warm water, beautiful. Toilet, you have privacy to, take care of your business. They give you towels. You got a sink. Sometimes they have decorations in there. There's this one truck stop, though, that's out in Salina, Kansas. I want to say it's like exit 70, but don't quote me on that. But it's a Petro or a TA. Same company. I think you have to ask for like showers 1, 2, or 3. When I tell you that this has rainforest showers, it has TVs embedded in the mirrors. They really went all out with that. And it's cable. You have direct TV. So if you really want to take your time in that shower, you can. That's something else my trainer told me about. Like he knows the good places to go eat and the good places to shower. He also taught me where to park for casinos. Thank you there, sir. But trucking is a lifestyle. You have to be able to adapt to change. You have to be able to adjust your schedule. You have to have time management. Excellent time management. You have to plan accordingly. You have to be ready for your day every day. And you have to go in every day expecting the best, preparing for the best, hoping for the best, but still be on the lookout for some type of disruption in that day. So those are my my thoughts and my experiences so far on trucking lifestyle. The next episode, when I come back in 2 weeks, yes, you have to wait 2 weeks for my next two episodes, where I talk about taking my test, getting my license. Clearly, I can't say, did I get my license? Because you already know I did. And then I talk about the TNT experience. So, thank you for tuning in for another episode of A Truckin Lady. And as always, I'm going to be a lady in these streets and a diva in the seat. And now it's time for my diva moment. Y'all have a good day. What's up, y'all? Truckin Lady here. And I am in Ohio, about to hit Indiana. And I just want to kind of talk about what the fuck is a steering wheel holder? Do I have to be called a steering wheel holder? Last time I checked, every single vehicle on this road is holding a steering wheel. Why do I have to be referred to a steering wheel holder as a steering wheel holder because I drive a fucking truck? Because I am, or not even just driving a truck, because I drive for a mega carrier, like they want to categorize. Why is it that I can't just be a truck driver because I'm holding a steering wheel? That's how you drive. You hold a fucking steering wheel. Like, I don't get that mentality. Like, I feel like people just so damn quick to, like, old school truck drivers. I respect y'all. I respect them. I respect y'all if y'all are listening. I respect because y'all put in the work. Yes. Y'all had to deal. I don't know how. I hear all the time. We ain't have cell phones. We ain't have, the technology to do things, everything from our phone. All we had was our CB radio. We had to take pencil and paper everywhere. We had to mail in our bill of lading to get paid. We had to um we had to stop and use pay phones to call our dispatch or call a shipper receiver for directions. We didn't have the or look at a map. We didn't have the functionality of a GPS. Now granted, yes, I appreciate the technology that I have for GPS and using my cell phone and all that stuff, but I still use my atlas. Something that I feel like a lot of drivers do not do these days is still use their atlas. They rely on GPS, and that's the worst thing you can do as a truck driver. Um, it's really, really not a good thing. Me, even though I work for a mega carrier, I was trained by. He wasn't like an old school truck driver, but he's a business minded person, and he's a former lawyer. Well, I'm not gonna say former lawyer. He's not a practicing lawyer, so he thinks about everything logically and does everything by the book. And that's how I was trained. So I was trained the proper way to drive a truck. I didn't just get trained just by somebody that's trying to make extra money. He actually is passionate about the career. He knows how dangerous. I wasn't just trained by someone that was just out here trying to make, a quick buck. I was trained by somebody that knows how dangerous it is out here, and he's passionate about his job. So I feel like I was trained the proper way, which I feel like everybody should be trained. But I was trained to use a atlas first. I wasn't allowed to use the GPS. I had to plan my stops based off of how he wanted me to drive, because it's his truck. He was training me, so he had it down. Every 3 hours or so, he wanted to stop. Cool, fine. Now as I drive my own truck, I just drive how I feel. Sometimes I might only feel like driving 2 hours before I stop. Sometimes I can drive 5 or 6 hours before I stop. It just depends. But he trained me to read an atlas. He trained me to know to pay attention to signs. He trained me on certain things I needed to be aware of. So I consider myself to be a truck driver. Yeah, granted, I might not have it as bad as previous drivers that have come before me, because as things grow, things get better in time. So of course, the trucking industry is going to change. So I don't agree with the whole, oh, you're a steering wheel holder. You don't understand what I had to deal with. I'm dealing with my own challenges out here.
And I'm happy knowing that I'm out here doing something that many others prop that tell me all the time, I don't know how you do it. This is a lifestyle. I enjoy it. I consider myself a truck driver. I consider myself a professional driver at that. I take pride, like I've said this plenty of times, I take pride in what I do. I truly enjoy it. I wish I would have went into this industry 10 years ago so that way I could have I could say, "Oh, we didn't have this. We had to, had to deal with this and had to deal with that." I wish I could say those things. I would love to have experienced what it's like to have to mail my bill of ladings in to get paid, having to stop to use the payphone. Imagine the line to use the payphone. Um, Having to use a map to get everywhere, write down your directions, write down all your stuff onto a piece of paper and pad to go check in, or for a load or for a delivery, whatever. Having paper logs versus digital logs, I wish I could experience that. Like that's one thing Prime did do. They do teach you how to use paper logs. They do teach you how to write your paper logs. In case the technology portion fails, by law, I have to have a booklet of logs. If my Qualcomm or my E-log goes down, or ELD, whatever y'all want to call it, goes down and I can't use my logs, I have to be able to fill out a book. Now I have to refresh my memory from time to time, but the fact is I could do it if I had to. I can't imagine having to do that 7 days a week, 24/7, all the time. No, I cannot imagine that. That I think would stress me the hell out. And then you had to mail that in or send that in. Yeah, you had to send that in, you know, or send a copy in at least. So, I'm grateful for the changes that the trucking industry has made. Yes, I am. But I feel like I still have put my dues in because I had to pass a test to do this job. I had to go through the rough, rigid, everyday stresses of training. No, I wasn't trained by a small mom and pop trucking company that does, training for, for a few months. But yeah, I guess I was trained by a mega carrier. But they also, with this mega carrier that people want to put Prime in, is that they still have a lengthy training program. Before you can even get your own truck, you have to do at least a minimum of 30,000 miles. You might require more, but the minimum is 30,000. There isn't like, oh, he's done 10,000, he's doing good, or she's doing good. Let's go ahead and get her truck. No, until you've done at least 30,000 miles, you are not good. 30,000 miles, if you training in a trainer trainee team truck setting, that's approximately 5,000 miles a week. Now you might have more that week, you could have less that week. But the average is 5,000 miles a week. So if you take 5,000 miles times 4, that's roughly what? Let's see, five. That's 20,000 miles plus another 10,000 miles. So you're still looking at 6 weeks plus about 2 weeks. So that's about maybe two, 3 months, just depending. I average, I want to say, a student's probably with a trainer for about 3 months. Um, that's still a lengthy amount of time, and I feel like that's a good place to start a truck driver. Now, a student is not going to learn everything they need to know with that truck driver. Hell, been out here for 4 years, and there's still stuff out here that I don't know every single day. There's still stuff that I'm learning, like, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's new information. So you're not going to know everything right out the bat. And I don't know why people expect, like, everybody has to remember, every truck driver that's out here, that's been out here for years, y'all have to remember that y'all had a starting point too. At some point, y'all was a steering wheel holder because y'all was, you know, very green in the industry. Y'all didn't really know everything. So the whole steering wheel holder thing really just needs to go away. Because if I take my hands off the steering wheel right now as I'm driving in this moment, I will go off the road. I will hit somebody. So how else am I supposed to do my job if I'm just if you just want to say I'm a steering wheel holder, like I don't do anything else? I get out and do my pre-trips. I get out and I secure my load. I get out, I put fuel in my truck. I don't just sit behind the wheel and just drive a truck. No, I don't. I get out and do the things I need to do. So I do everything that another truck driver might do. The only difference is I'm not in a stick shift. I'm in an automatic because the company that I'm with has gone automatic. Like a lot of companies are going because it's cheaper for to get it to maintain and keep a automatic truck than it is for a manual. So the manufacturers are going towards the automatics. That's where a lot of manufacturers are choosing to do. You have to order a stick shift now. So that's the only thing that people want to say steering wheel holder. Okay, I can't help it that I have an automatic truck. I rather have the automatic truck. It's a less distraction to me. I feel like it's a less distraction than having to remember to upshift and downshift and all this stuff. I'm not being a hazard in traffic because I'm stalled out. So like I said, that whole steering wheel holder shit has got to stop. That whole I feel like that's disrespectful to me as a woman out here. Like I'm less than because I drive for a mega carrier or because I'm a female. I'm still out here delivering freight to places. I guarantee you that mom and pop don't realize whatever got delivered to their shelf today by their local truck driver didn't realize that I was the one that picked it up from a distribution center. I mean a distribution place like I'm just going to use Tropicana because that is one of the customers that we do pick up from Tropicana, and it's going to a Cisco or a US Foods, and then their drivers are taking it to the local stores. I bet you that mom and pop shop that sells that orange juice don't realize it's a female truck driver that brought it there. They just know they got their product. So that's all that matters. I'm out here delivering product damage free, on time, and safely. That's all that matters. So if that makes me a goddamn steering wheel holder, then I'm a goddamn steering wheel holder. Excuse my language, but I'm frustrated. And no, I didn't say God, damn. I said got. GOT. I do not use the Lord's name in vain. Um, but like I said, if that makes me a steering wheel holder, then I'll be a damn steering wheel holder because you know what? I'm safe, I'm on time, and I do what I do very well. I enjoy my job and I'm happy with it. So for all y'all asses that want to keep calling people steering wheel holders, keep on calling me a steering wheel holder, and I'm gonna show you what this fucking steering wheel holder will do. Y'all have a good day. I am done venting. I was very upset hearing that when I got done taking my lunch break and I overheard a truck driver saying to another truck driver they're tired of these damn steering wheel holders. So I get frustrated when I hear that. So I apologize if I went off a little bit, but I'm off my rant and I'm off my diva moment. It's a trucking lady here. Y'all have a good day. What's your 20?